Hello students, today we will learn about Roman numerals. Roman numeral system was developed by the Romans thousands of years ago. In this system, 7 letters of the alphabet are used to represent the numbers. हजारों साल पहले रोमन न्यूमरल सिस्टम रोमन्स द्वारा बनाया गया था. इस सिस्टम में 7 अल्फ़ाबेट्स यूज होते हैं रोमन न्यूमरल्स को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए. I represent 1, V represent 5, X represent 10, L represent 50, C represent 100, D represent 500 and M represent 1000. Letter I, X, C and M can be repeated up to 3 times. Let's see some examples. I. Here I is repeated 3 times. I represents 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 which is 3. Here these 3 I represents 3. X. Here X is written 2 times. So 10 plus 10 equals to 20. Here C is written 3 times. So 100 plus 100 plus 100 equals to 300. Remember V, L and D are never repeated. Rule number 2. Whenever a letter of smaller value is written to the right of a letter of greater value, the values of both the letters are added. Let's see some examples. VII. Here V represent 5 and I represent 1. So we can write VII as 5 plus 1 equals to 7. So VII represents 7. XXV. Here X represents 10 and V represents 5. So we can write XXV as 10 plus 10 plus 5 equals to 25. So XXV represents 25. LX. Here L represents 50 and X represents 10. So we can write LX as 50 plus 10 equals to 60. So LX represents 60. Rule number 3. Whenever a letter of smaller value is written to the left of a letter of greater value, the value of the smaller letter is subtracted from that of the greater letter. जब भी स्मॉलर वैल्यू वाला लेटर ग्रेटर वैल्यू के लेफ्ट साइड होता है तो हम ग्रेटर वैल्यू से स्मॉलर वैल्यू वाले लेटर को सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं. लेट्स सी सम एग्जांपल्स. आई वी. हियर आई रिप्रेजेंट्स 1 and V represents 5. So we can write IV as 5 minus 1 equals to 4. IX. Here I represents 1 and X represents 10. So we can write IX as 10 minus 1 equals to 9. XL. Here X represents 10 and L represents 50. So we can write XL as 50 minus 10 equals to 40. Rule number 4. If a smaller numeral is placed between two greater numerals, then it is always subtracted from the larger numeral to the right of it. Let's see some example. XIV. So we can write XIV as 10 plus 5 minus 1 equals to 14. XIX. We can write XIX as 10 plus 10 minus 1 equals to 19. Rule number 5. To multiply the value of a numeral by 1000, a small bar called a vinculum is put over the numeral. यहाँ पर VII के ऊपर vinculum लगा हुआ है. इसका मतलब है कि हम 7 को 1000 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे which is 7000. इसी तरह XI विच मीन्स 11. यहाँ पर 11 के ऊपर विनकुलम लगा हुआ है. इसका मतलब है कि हम 11 को 1000 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे विच इज़ 11,000. Here are some Roman numerals from 1 to 50. Make sure you learn these. These will help you while making Roman numerals.